In order to profit on social media, you need to know two things: the maximum you can spend and still profit, and how much social media advertising costs. Hopefully, you know the answer to the first. If you don't, this video should help you calculate it. And for the second, keep watching this video because we're covering how much social media advertising costs and what business owners need to know to profit. I'm Brandy with Life Marketing, the digital marketing agency with a mission to help small businesses grow. The generalized answer to how much social media advertising costs is this: the average cost for businesses range between $650 to $6,000 a month or more paid to the agency or person managing your account, with anywhere from $200 to $50,000 in additional monthly ad spend paid to the platform. But like I said, those are general averages. There are hundreds of variables that can influence these costs one way or the other. So I'm going to break this video down by platform, showing you how much social media advertising costs on each platform. If you already know which social media platform you want to use, feel free to use the timestamps below. Otherwise, let's jump into it with the first platform, Facebook. For each platform today, we're going to look at three things: who this platform is for, the cost of the platform, and how to profit on the platform. So Facebook is for everyone. It's the largest social media platform with over 3 billion users, and therefore businesses from all industries can usually find their target audience on the platform. It also has the most advanced advertising platform out of all the other social media platforms. That winning combination makes it our first choice and recommendation for almost all businesses looking to advertise on social media, because you can find and target your exact audience easily and cheaply. So on that note, how much does it cost to advertise on Facebook? To answer that, I'm going to put this chart up on the screen. We're looking at the average CPC, which stands for cost per click, CPM, which stands for cost per 1,000 impressions, CPL, which stands for cost per like, CPA, which stands for cost per action, and CPD, which stands for cost per download. These are the average costs for different actions that you pay for. So you can likely pay somewhere within these ranges for any of these given actions. When you run Facebook ads, there are 6 different campaigns you can choose from, and they all optimize for different things. If you run an engagement campaign, Facebook is going to try and get you the most likes, comments, shares, and video views on that ad. Whereas if you run a lead campaign, Facebook is going to try to get you the most leads. With the sales campaign, you guessed it, the most sales. So depending on what your goals are, you'll need to choose the campaign that's best aligned with those goals. Don't run an engagement campaign just because it takes less setup than a sales campaign when what you really want is sales. Now, I say all that because the campaign you choose will impact how much things cost. Low value actions like likes and video views are cheaper to obtain than higher value actions like leads and sales. And to fully understand this, let's quickly cover Facebook's bidding system, because I know bid versus budget can be a confusing thing to business owners that are new to advertising on Facebook. First of all, your budget is the max amount that you're willing to spend on the ad campaign overall. You can tell Facebook, I don't want to spend more than $500 a month. A bid is how much you're willing to spend for a specific action. So you can tell Facebook, I don't want to spend more than 30 cents for a click. These are the 4 most common bidding options: CPC, where you only pay someone when they click on your ad; CPM, where you only pay when your ad has 1,000 impressions. And real quick, let's not confuse impressions with reach. Impressions could be the same person who has viewed your ad 1,000 times. 1,000 impressions does not necessarily mean 1,000 different people. So CPM, you only pay when your ad has been viewed 1,000 times by however many people. CPL, where you only pay when someone likes your business page from your ad, and CPD, where you only pay when someone downloads the app from your ad. Now, out of the 6 campaigns we looked at, some of them select a mandatory bidding system for you that you cannot change, but in instances where you can select a bidding system, most businesses choose CPC or CPM. The reason most business owners choose CPC is because with other bidding options, you may pay just as much or more without the same traffic to your website in return. People choose CPM when they want their ad to reach the masses for as cheap a price as possible, but keep in mind that this does not automatically translate into website traffic and results. So you have the 4 different bidding options we just went over, and you can choose from 2 different bidding strategies: automatic bidding, which gives Facebook access to automatically adjust your bidding as needed without exceeding your ad budget to help your business generate the most actions or clicks at the lowest cost; and manual bidding, which means your business has total control and Facebook does not over your bidding strategy, giving you access to set exactly how much you want to pay per click or action. If you have minimal experience with Facebook ads and you are managing your campaign yourself, the automatic bidding strategy may be the best route for you. If you partner with a professional social media advertising agency like Life Marketing, you can depend on the experts to set a bidding strategy that makes the most sense for your business and stretches your dollars furthest. It's important to understand all of this because depending on how many competitors you have in your niche trying to reach the same audience as you, and depending on how big or small that audience is, it can drive the bid up or down, which in turn affects how much you're going to spend on your ad campaign overall. So let's wrap up this platform with 3 quick tips to drive costs down and profit on Facebook. Number 1, always be A/B split testing. Test out different audiences, different captions, different graphics, different videos, and more to determine which winning combination is going to give you the most results at the lowest cost per result. Number 2, pay attention to your all-in cost per conversion. If you're running a sales campaign where you're retargeting social media engagement and the cost per sale is profitable for you there, that's great. But make sure you look at how much you spent on the other campaigns too, like maybe how much you spent to get that initial engagement that you're retargeting. Just keep track of how much you're spending so that you're not losing money to gain a sale. And number 3, look at your Facebook campaigns at least weekly, if not daily. Facebook ads are not a set it and forget it type of marketing tool. Not only can you not always predict how your audience is going to respond and all of that, but sometimes Facebook just straight up messes up. It has technical issues sometimes. It's not perfect. You just want to know that the right ads and messaging are being sent to the audience you want it to at the right budget and in the right places. If you're following tip number 2, you shouldn't have a problem following this one anyway. All right, moving on to platform number 2, Instagram. We're going to fly through this one a little quicker because Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same parent company, Meta. So you'll see a lot of similarities between the two platforms. Instagram has over 2 billion users, and while yes, most businesses can find their audience on this platform too as a result, I will point out that e-commerce stores in particular tend to thrive on Instagram because of the visual nature of the platform. It feels very easy and natural to sell not just your product or service, but a whole lifestyle with short video ads like Reels ads or Stories ads. It doesn't feel as much as a disruption to users' organic feeds like it might on other platforms. Instagram and TikTok, which we'll get to in a minute, also both boast of high brand consumer engagement on their platforms. People comment and interact with brands more on these platforms. And when you have a direct, intimate relationship with your customers, it builds trust and brand loyalty that leads to purchases. So, how much does Instagram advertising cost? These are the averages for cost per click, per 1,000 impressions, and per engagement on the platform. So, fairly comparable to Facebook ad costs, and a big reason for that is that you actually run Instagram ads from the same place that you run Facebook ads, Facebook Ads Manager, or now called Meta Ads Manager technically. The ads appear on Instagram, but you manage them from the Facebook Ads Manager. And this is huge when it comes to social media advertising costs because you can actually run ads to both Instagram and Facebook with the same campaign and same budget. You can just tell Facebook, I want the ads to appear in the Facebook newsfeed, the Instagram newsfeed, the Instagram Reels feed, and the Facebook Stories feed. And it'll distribute the same ad with the same budget to all of those places and automatically start serving it more in the placement that it sees capturing the most results. So Facebook and Instagram kind of go hand in hand for that reason. You'll just need to make sure that the visual is the right size and medium to fit all of the placements that you're selecting. For instance, if you're choosing any of the Reels or Story placements, you'll want it to be a vertical short video. While you can run a horizontal picture in the Facebook newsfeed, you wouldn't want to do that in a Reels placement. So just make sure your visual is optimized for all of the placements that you're choosing. And even if you do have a separate ad campaign just for Instagram, you have the same 6 campaigns to choose from, and therefore you have the same bidding system as Facebook. So when it comes to profiting on the platform, the same 3 tips from Facebook still apply, but here are 3 more. Number 1, take advantage of Facebook's custom audiences for both Facebook and Instagram here. Upload your customer list and either target them specifically for repeat purchases or exclude them from your audience so you don't waste ad dollars advertising to people who have already converted. Retarget your website traffic, make a lookalike audience out of your customer list so that Facebook can find new people across Facebook and Instagram who look like your existing customers and are therefore more likely to purchase than any other cold audience. And when I say cold audience, I mean people who have never heard of your brand before. So take advantage of the custom audiences, and if you don't know how to, I show you how in this video. I will link it below. Number 2, use video ads, specifically vertical video ads. Short vertical videos like Reels are still the #1 media type right now. So make sure you blend in seamlessly where users are already scrolling with the same media type that they're scrolling through. And number 3, make sure your ads are not too polished. If it looks like a traditional ad or a TV commercial, people are likely going to scroll right past it. So make sure it's attention grabbing, a little informal to match the nature of the content that's currently most popular on the platform, and above all, valuable to the viewer. All right, moving on to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is for business owners that are wanting to use ad dollars to find employee candidates or to find people with specific job titles. With 1 billion members, the big argument here is that all of these people are likely also on Facebook, where you can possibly reach them for a cheaper cost with Facebook's more advanced tools. And while Facebook does allow you to target people by job titles, LinkedIn has industries, niches, and job titles that you can target that are a little bit more extensive or specific than Facebook's. So if you are B2B and haven't really had success with Facebook, you're gonna wanna try LinkedIn next. Or like I said, if you're searching for candidates to hire, LinkedIn is where you wanna be because users on this platform are in a career-oriented mindset. Whereas on Facebook, they're just liking pictures of their friends and puppies and looking at what so-and-so had for dinner last night and so on. So how much does it cost to advertise on LinkedIn? Here are the average costs. I'll put the average costs on screen here. We can see that these costs are a little higher than Facebook and Instagram's costs. And we also have some new actions here like cost per send and cost per open. This is because LinkedIn's campaigns are set up a little differently, giving you the option to target people in their LinkedIn inbox instead of just in their feed. And then these are the 4 bidding options you have on LinkedIn. Again, we have CPC, CPM, you have CPS, where you only pay when you send a sponsored email to a user, and we have CPO, where you only pay when someone opens your sponsored email. So 3 tips to profit on this platform. Number 1, choose the right bidding strategy for you. Because LinkedIn is a smaller platform than some of the other social media giants, businesses often choose either CPC or CPO as their bidding strategies. The CPO bidding option ensures that you're only paying when someone actually opens your message, making it a great option for businesses who want to communicate on the app, or again, for those who are in search of applicants. The CPC bidding option is better suited for businesses looking to direct traffic from the LinkedIn platform to their website. This is why many business owners choose this option for lead generation. Number 2, test the ads you're running here against ads that you're running on Facebook to ensure that you're generating results at the lowest cost possible. I wouldn't run cold ads on LinkedIn if you've never run any ads on Facebook. And number 3, test out polished versus less polished ad creatives here. LinkedIn is known for being a little bit more buttoned up, a little bit more corporate, but people are still people. The same user on LinkedIn is the same guy interacting with funny ads on Instagram. So just test it out for your business to see which style generates the best results for you. Next, we have Twitter. Twitter, now called X, has a much smaller user base with 368 million users. So same thing here, I wouldn't test out Twitter ads if I hadn't already first tried Facebook ads. But if you already have a pretty strong following on Twitter, or if you have a product or service that is somehow tied to news or current events, then Twitter may be for you. These are the average costs on Twitter. So again, we're looking at CPC and CPM. We have CPFA, which is cost per first action for promoted posts, CPF, which is cost per follow for promoted accounts, CPE, which is cost per engagement, and CPD, which is cost per download, as we know. And these are the 5 bidding options you have on Twitter. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Twitter is not my first, second, third, 4th, maybe even 5th platform that I would choose for a small business owner looking to grow. But if for the reasons I shared earlier, you're trying it out, these are my tips for your ads. Number 1, again, choose the right bidding option for you. Because Twitter has a smaller user base, most business owners choose the CPC bidding option so as to maximize the amount of traffic that they get from their Twitter ads. You can opt for the other bidding strategies though, if they align with your specific goals, such as to gain more followers or more Twitter engagement. And number 2, Twitter is not as visual of a platform as some of the others that we're covering today, so I would test out strong copy along with strong visuals to see which performs better. All right, moving on to Pinterest. Pinterest is great for e-commerce store owners because it's a social media platform that doubles as a search engine. Its user base is predominantly women, and we get on there to look up outfit ideas, recipes, home decor ideas, bachelorette party decor ideas, book quotes, and so much more. You want your product or service to appear when we are searching for something relevant to what you offer. So, for example, if we're searching summer beach date night outfit and you sell the perfect dress for that, make sure that that dress appears in the Pinterest search results. So how much does Pinterest advertising cost? These are the averages for CPC, CPM, and CPCO, which in this case stands for cost per conversion. So you can see even with 498 million users, we're still seeing lower costs than on Twitter and LinkedIn. And I think it's because the users on here are a lot more engaged. You have two bidding options on Pinterest, CPC and CPM, which by now you're super familiar with those. So these are my tips for profiting on Pinterest. Number one, make your Pinterest ad blend in seamlessly with other organic pins. That means you're going to need to take the time to scroll through Pinterest on your own and see what other pins look like for similar searches. Your ad shouldn't look too much like an ad. Pinterest says stop interrupting, start inspiring, and I agree. Number two, make sure you're targeting people by keywords they actually search. Keywords are the words that they're typing into the search bar, so a keyword can be multiple words or a phrase. Pinterest recommends setting up 25 keywords per ad group, so make sure you're targeting keywords your audience is really searching for and that they're related to what you offer. Next up, we have TikTok. TikTok has over 1 billion users and is known for its younger demographic, but a fair percentage of millennials and Gen Xers also use the platform. So even if your target audience is not Gen Z, I would not rule it out yet. Like I mentioned earlier, it has a high brand consumer engagement rate like Instagram does. One really cool example of this was the Stanley water bottles video that went viral. If you don't know, Stanley water bottles have taken off over the last couple of years. They really take their pride in keeping drinks cold. And basically, a girl posted a TikTok of her car that tragically caught on fire. Thank goodness I don't think she was in it. But she came back to her car literally burnt to a crisp. And one of the only things that remained was her Stanley cup. I could be wrong, but I think I remember her saying that there were still even remnants of ice in the Stanley cup. That's how well it did its job. So that video went viral, and then somebody at Stanley saw the video and responded to it with their own video and gifted her a new Stanley or something and a new car. And then that video went viral. Obviously, I know a lot of you watching are not at a point in your business to be giving out free cars like Oprah to people, but that's not the point. The point is Stanley kept an ear to the ground in terms of what's being said about their brand on social media and capitalized on a viral moment to do some good for that one customer in particular, which then caused a ripple effect of more customers to have skyrocketed trust and brand loyalty with them. Some of the funniest comments on TikToks are from brands. So if you're able to fit your brand into the fun, fast-paced, trendy world of TikTok ads could be really fruitful for you. So how much do TikTok ads cost? These are the averages for CPC and CPM, and these are the 4 bidding options you have with TikTok. We know what CPC is, we know what CPM is. With OCPM or optimized CPM, you still only pay for every 1,000 impressions, but OCPM targets users who are more likely to convert. Then we have CPV, cost per 1,000 views. So you only pay for every 1,000 video views, and your views can be either 2-second or 6-second views. So these are my tips when it comes to profiting on TikTok. Number 1, be on the platform yourself. Your ads are going to fail if you don't have the actual TikTok app downloaded on your phone, because the best ads are the ones that integrate seamlessly with the rest of the platform. And you won't know how to create ads like that if you're not on the platform yourself. And number 2, loosen up a little. TikTok has this very niche, specific sense of humor about it that's unique to TikTok. And brands have viral moments when they lean into that and play off of another viral moment or what's becoming a 3-layer inside joke among TikTok users. And then lastly, we have YouTube. I'm including it on my list of social media advertising platforms today, but really it's the second largest search engine in the world behind Google, and it's owned by Google. It has 2.49 billion users, so it's up there with Facebook in terms of size, making it another universally lucrative platform for business owners. The biggest thing with YouTube ads is that you want to have a great video to advertise. If that's not something that's in your wheelhouse right now, maybe hold off on YouTube until you do. But let's look at some of the YouTube ad costs. We have CPC, CPM, and CPV, cost per view. And you have these 4 bidding options. We know CPC, we know CPM. CPV, you only pay when someone views your video ad for 30 seconds or through to the end. And then we have CPD, where you only pay when someone downloads your app from your ad. Now, because YouTube is owned by Google, you actually run YouTube ads through Google's ad platform. And that's why you're seeing that some of the costs, like the CPM, jump up a little bit in comparison to other social media platforms. Google ads are also called PPC ads, which stand for pay per click. Because YouTube ads are done through Google ads, most business owners choose the CPC bidding strategy. However, with YouTube ads in particular, you can choose CPV to maximize your views on your video ad. Which brings me to my final tips today if you want to profit on this platform. Number 1, choosing the bidding strategy that best matches your goal. Some businesses find it effective to optimize for views just to start generating some mass brand awareness. They are not necessarily measuring success in terms of website traffic, whereas others are. So pick the right bid strategy based on your goals. And number 2, make a video that hooks people in the first 3 seconds. Most people hit skip on video ads on YouTube because they just want to get to the video that they clicked on. So you need to make sure that the piece of ad that they are forced to watch before they can hit skip is A, memorable in a good way, and B, valuable.